Erik, you ready?
Let's go. Well, Pula, this is our last episode for season 1. Why have we decided to finish now? We'll get to that a little bit later on. But for our last episode, I think we have an absolute cracker. We have a man who's been involved in so much in Indian football in his short spell here already, and I think we've saved the best till last. Quite a controversial ending to the Kerala Blasters season, and who better to try and cut into the mind and the thoughts of what actually happened that day, and also talk to him about his life and his early start in football. And what a star he has turned out to be.
More a yellow moon, but he is a star as well. And what is a better introduction? And this is why we have you on the podcast, Erik, so that you can bring in people like Adrian Luna to speak with us. And there's controversy, there's all of that, but this man is one of the faces of Kerala Blasters. And that doesn't happen very often. People don't stick around too long in Indian football, and this guy has, along with Vukermanovic. And what a talent. And we are taking a break, Erik, because we want to keep our jobs, and we'll be doing some commentary work for the ISL, but let's get straight into it. You played in the Under-17 World Cup. You played in the Under-20. You come from a small city/town in Uruguay. And you've played all over in a lot of countries. You're 31 now, playing in India at Kerala Blasters. Did the young boy in Uruguay ever think that this is where the boy will be in his 30s?
No, I think no. Because when you are young, your dream is always to be in the top leagues. I always want to play in Spain. Actually, I went when I was 19. I went to Espanyol de Barcelona. They bought me from Uruguay, but the things didn't go really well. So after 2 years, I went back to Uruguay, play 1 year and a half. They went to Mexico, played 3 years there, then went to Australia, you all know. And then I come here to India. But to be honest, I didn't expect the level of the football in India. Before I come here, I say, okay, I go to India. It will be easy. It will be easy for me to be on top every championship, every game. And I was wrong, because the level here is good. The organization was that surprised me the most, because you are very organized. The pitches, the stadium, the fans. I am in the best club, speaking about fans. So I am enjoying here. I'm really, really happy that now I am here. Of course, I am enjoying.
Well, we read about South American footballers all the time, Adrian. There's always that rags to riches type of story. For some families in South America, there aren't a lot of luxuries in life. All they have is a football. Was your story quite similar in a way that you had to fight your way, on a football field to get out of your city, to just play football, to make something of yourself and, help your family?
Absolutely. I come from a really poor family, which, of course, is never easy for a young boy when you come from those places. But the football for me was always an option to have something in life. Today, if you take me from my life football, I don't know what to do, But yes, I come from a really poor family, and thanks to football, I have now good life. I can help my family, so that's it's amazing. That's amazing.
What was young life like? How did you have a lot of siblings? What were your parents doing? Do you remember a day, something that really changed the way you looked at life? There are things that happen in your early childhood that can influence the way you think as an adult. What was it like growing up? Now that you mention it, what did you do with your first salary? Did you give it back to your family? Give us the stories. Give us those stories.
Look, my childhood was amazing because back in the 90s, when you were a child, you always play in the street all day until your mom called to have lunch, to have dinner. You are all day in the street. Yeah, I really do miss those times. Today, the children are all day in the laptop, in the PlayStation, in the tablets, whatever. So I wouldn't change my childhood for nothing. And one thing that marked me the most when I was young, I was a boy actually. I was, I think, 5 years old when my parents split. So that was really hard for me and my sister, because I have a sister, an older sister. So we become really strong as a family with my sister and my mom. We have a lot of troubles with money, with our houses, with everything, but we have a lot of love. My mom worked really, really hard to do her job, so I'm really proud about my mom, about my sister, and we are really, really close.
I like that. I like how you put that, and it's important to know where you came from, because that you mentioned that move to Espanyol already,
Yes,
and for a club in Spain to pay that kind of money
Yeah, massive.
for you when you were 19, yeah.
yeah, I was 19.
And what was going on in your mind at that point? One of those breakthrough under 20 World Cup stars. Some people make it into that Guardian list of top young talents of the year. You feel like the world is at your feet. What was your mental situation at that point?
When you are young, you coming from have nothing to have everything. You kind of lose your mind, because you start to getting money, you start to getting attention, you start to getting a little bit famous in your country and this and that. So I make a lot of mistakes when I was young. I realize now. I when I was in Uruguay, I have a coach that he always say, "I wish I can have your age with my experience." And now I understand that because as a young boy, I make a lot of mistakes. Of course, I look back, I say, oh, I should have this, I should have done the other thing, make different decisions. But it's all about growing up, about understand the life, understand your priorities. And today, my priority is my family. Whatever I have is for them. And that's it. You have to learn from your mistake and move forward.
Well, you certainly didn't make a mistake moving to the Kerala Blasters. I think that's fair to say. I want to dive into your departure from Melbourne City. The outside looking in, you were absolutely killing it at Melbourne and in the A-League. And I watched you live one time as well when you were playing in Australia, and it was, a joy to watch you play. Everyone around the club at Melbourne City couldn't speak high enough of you. The Kerala Blasters come knocking, and it's a big club in their own right in India. What was the motivation to come to India?
I have to be honest with you guys. The one of the main reasons, of course, was here in India you have 3 months holidays. So if I have 3 month holidays, I can spend more time with my kids. So that was the main reason. And of course, when I see Kerala Blaster, how they play in their stadium with that many fans, I don't doubt about it. But the main reason was, as I tell you, because I have had 3 months off, I can spend time with my kids, I can enjoy with my family at home.
Adrian, what is striking about this interview is how disarmingly honest you can be. And most people don't really see that, when they talk to players. And because you're being so honest, I'm going to ask you straight up. You're 31, you're a midfielder. Most footballers and athletes know at this point they have that one final contract, 3-4 year contract still left in a career by the time they're 35, 36. And since you're such a family person, can India tempt you enough to keep you here? Or are there days when you want to go back home and be close to your family in the future?
No, no, I will stay here until I finish my career for sure. Because of that, you have 3 4 months holidays. You can spend time with your family. You are earning good money. You have good fun, good club. The club is taking care of me in the best possible way. So I have to be grateful with them.
It's really refreshing to hear this. A lot of professional footballers jump around the subject of, why and the why nots of joining a certain team in a league. You're the captain of the Kerala Blasters, a big club, and with that becomes, big responsibility. You've seen the likes of Sahal, Gill leaving the club. You would possibly say the club's been weakened in the off-season. Are you the type of captain that takes notice of these things? Is that affecting you at the moment? Do you think the club is in a weaker position than what they were last season?
Of course, we lost 2 3 players that were really important for us. But in football, you have to move forward in football and in life. They went to other club, whatever is the reason they want to leave or whatever. They have the right to leave if they want. They have, I don't know. But the squad now is pretty good. But I think now because you don't have Saal, you don't have Gil, the responsibility for us, for the foreign players, is gonna be one more step up. We have to try, to do our best and try to help the team. We have really young players, really good young players, but of course, young players need time. Can not put the responsibility on them. I think this season is gonna be important for the foreign players to perform in a really really good way.
You've played in the Libertadores, you've played in the South America, you've now played in the Indian Super League. How different is the feeling or the pressure of playing, or the good kind of pressure, playing in Kochi compared to when you've played in South America?
But all people speak about pressure, but it's not really pressure. Pressure is a different thing. Pressure has my mom when I was a child. This is, you step on the pitch and you enjoy. You have fun. You play football. You earn money. The people is cheering for you. So you go there and you forget all your problems. You forget everything. Diego Forlan once says everyone has problems, and the football is the cheapest psychology. So it's true. Everyone has problems, but when you step on the pitch, you forget everything. You enjoy. You play your football and try to have fun, and to win, of course. But pressure, no. I don't feel pressure when I step in the pitch.
What's a realistic expectation for the club this season? Clubs talk about achieving finals football as a minimum. You guys got so close last season. I guess we'll never know how far with what transpired. Like, what are you guys aiming for this year?
This is a good question. I think we have to focus. We have to focus in game by game. Of course, we want to qualify. We want to win titles. But if you focus 10 steps on front, you miss the next step. So you have to focus in the next game, and then you will see for what the team is.
We spoke to your ex-teammate at Melbourne City. He was also your roommate, Nuno Reis. He was the Portugal under-20 captain, and he captained that side to a second-place finish at the under-20 World Cup in 2011. Quite a big player himself. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, the free kicks from him are crazy. Yeah? He always spend the day before or 2 days before the game a couple minutes with his free kicks and shots from outside the box. So it's probably something normal for him because he shoots like that. But for us that can see on the field and out of the field, you can see that something that he has as a quality and he works for. At City, I remember the goal from him against Melbourne Victory was just amazing. I can say that he shoot from everywhere and the ball goes always on target.
You're right. When I was 15, 16, I used to go to the training ground before 2 hours that the training start, and we used to go with 2, 3 players, 2, 3 friends, and we practice. I used to watch a lot of free kick from Cristiano Ronaldo when I was young. I used to look how he hit the ball, where he hit the ball, how he put his body, and how fast he ran when he want to hit the ball. So if you practice, if you study certain, how you call it, way to shoot the ball, you will learn. It's all practice. You have to practice and do it every day, and you will get there.
Do you think you used it enough last season? I think Pula mentioned he spoke to you on the pitch about that bubble season that was out of this world. The goals you scored were incredible. Did teams work it out? Why didn't you use it as much last season?
Yeah, you know, I have always the coaches say to me, every coach that I you have to shoot more, you have to shoot more, you have to shoot more. And I don't know, to be honest, why I don't shoot that much. I don't know. I have to do it. You're right. You have your point, and everyone has. But I actually don't know why I don't shoot too much in games.
We need those shots, Adrian.
Yeah.
We need to keep our jobs,
Me too.
I want to fast forward to the situation that occurred at the end of the season with the walk-off. You were in the thick of the action when Sunil was trying to take that free kick. You're over the ball. Sunil Chetri takes the free kick. When you see that replay over and over again, do you think to yourself, could I have done something different here?
Yes. Now that I see all the sequence of the goal, I should stay in front of the ball and don't move. That I should do. I don't know how you say. I should stay in front of the ball and don't move, even if I get yellow card. But I never imagined that this thing that happened. Never in my life I could imagine that.
And you know, when we sit and talk about it, it's all hypothetical. What ifs? What then? X, Y, Z. As someone who's a clever player, you're a clever player. You're good at finding gaps. You're good at finding weaknesses, and I'm sure you see Sunil Chetri as a clever player. Do you see where Sunil Chetri was coming from? Would you have tried the same thing if you saw an opening like that?
I don't know, man. To be honest, I don't know. Probably yes.
And why do you say that? From where is that thought coming?
He see one opening and he take it. He see a chance and he take it. But everything was a mess. I don't want to talk much about this, but because it's in the past, we have to move forward. But he see the chance and he take it. Nothing wrong with that.
And what is your partnership like with Ivan? Because you two are the figureheads now of the club, the coach and the captain. What is that relationship like?
We have a really good relationship. Of course, we speak a lot about football, about how we want to approach the game, how is the best way to approach the game. And sometimes, the coach can tell you this, can tell you that, but in the pitch, it's the players, how they feel the game. Do we have energy to press? We don't have energy to press, we drop. And I think we understand that, especially in our pitch, because our pitch is huge. You cannot press for 90 minutes. So we speak about this with him, and he was how you call it, agree with that. So of course it's important to have this communication with the coach, because he want to play attacking football, he want to press all the time, but he understand, and he listen to the player, which is so important for a coach, to listen to players, how they feel, what they think. So he's really clever on the communication with the player and tactics. He's really good coach and a really good person.
Would it be fair to say, Adrian, in terms of where you like to play on the pitch, I wouldn't quite say you have a free role, but you certainly are probably the freest player at the Kerala Blasters in terms of your role on the side. I've seen you play left of a four-man midfield, central midfield, false nine. In my opinion, your best position is on that left-hand side, cutting in and playing those balls over the top. How do you think when you go out there? Are you tactically aware, thinking that you have to be a left winger in defence and when you don't have the ball? Or are you just given this free role? Because I think in that side, they need that creativity and you are that creative spark.
No. Listen, when you are attacking, I have a free role. That's everybody see that. But if I am playing the left side when we are defending, I have to be there. If the fullback go up, I have to follow him. I have no problem with that. I actually like to defend. I love to defend. I love to help the team. So when we attack, I am free. I can move. I can drop back. I can go up. But when we defend, I have to be there. Of course, you cannot play with one less player in defense.
Right. And Adrian, do you see the makings of a coach in you? Is there a future in football for you? Are you one of those players who... There are players and then there are players who study the game. They'll read books and they'll watch tactical shows and this and that. And then there are players who will just enjoy the game. Which one are you and do you want a future in this sport?
Yeah, I would love to be a coach. But I will take this easy. I want to focus in my career. And then when I finish, I will, of course, make the license of coach, and I want to be a coach, but I will take really, really easy on that.
And just one more question from me, Adrian. In terms of Ivan Vukermanovic, being at the club now, it's the start of his third season. How have you seen that progression? Because when I've worked with Carlos Quadrat, it's a prime example of how every season, especially in that third season I had with him as a head coach, there was a definite shift every year in the way we played. We had to change the style we played because of personnel. Injuries, suspensions play a part. And also teams work you out what you do. The Kerala Blasters have not really changed a hell of a lot in terms of their system. Personnel have changed this year. Do we see the Kerala Blasters come out with something different this season, or are there just going to be a few fine tweaks here or there?
I think for a club, any club in the world, it's important to keep the coach, to give him time to work. And now we have so many young players that they are improving every day. It is important for them to know the coach, to have time to work with him, because they can learn a lot of things from him. What you and the fans can expect from us is of course, we are going to play an attacking football. We are going to try to press high when we can. When we cannot, we have to drop. But nothing changed. We want to play attacking football. We are going to try to win every game, of course. It doesn't matter if we play at home. It doesn't matter if we play away. We are going to press them. We are going to play with the ball. I want the ball for me. I don't want the ball for my opponent. So we are going to run when we don't have the ball, to take it and try to create chances.
You know, I was at a debate last week where young kids were one of the topics was should we be kinder to athletes who change teams for better career opportunities, and they were arguing, back and forth. Now it's obviously, every athlete changes clubs, but when you change a club, there's a checklist of things that goes through your mind, and probably one of those checklists is, what about these fans? Mm-hmm. Which I'm sure now that you're close with them, has your head ever been turned? And if it has been turned to another direction or a club, how important have the fans been at making your head turn back again towards them, these Kerala Blasters fans?
Where I will look, like turn my head, we have the best fans. Wherever you go, you will not have the support. Wherever you go, doesn't matter the team. We have the best fan in the country for sure. And no, for my mind, it doesn't cross to leave the club. I have a 1 year contract, so we will see what happens. But of course, I would love to stay here. but that thing is no. It not depend only on me. There is many people working on the club. If they want me to stay, I will stay. If they don't want, we still friends, no problem. So I will look for something else for sure.
When you get busy with the ISL season, you might not have the chance to do this, but here's a chance. If there was a message from the captain of Kerala Blasters to the Manyapara, to the Kerala Blasters fans, something you might say, then the stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. We really need you this season. It's going to be a really tough season. We need you in the stadium cheering for us. And of course, as you know, we are going to give the best of us, trying to win games, trying to give you joy. And come to the stadium. We are waiting for you.
Adrian Luna, dazzling with the ball at his feet and daring with the choice of his words. Thank you for listening. This is goodbye from Off the Pitch.